And happy Thursday evening to all you fine folks out there watching Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show live. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. It's good to be back on with you live and in color tonight on Facebook and YouTube. And you're watching Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. And Charlie's not joining us tonight. He's under the weather, so y'all kind of pray for him. He just needs a little prayer. He was coughing a lot and said that he just needed not be on the show tonight. And so just encourage all of you to pray for Charlie's speedy recovery as he's undergoing some respiratory issues. And we want to welcome you tonight. And if you're watching us on Facebook, we'd like for you to do us a favor. Reach over and hit the like button and hit the share button on your screen. Real simple. Hit the like button under the broadcast and share it on your page. And so therefore, the broadcast will be on your page and get to all your friends on Facebook as well. It just kind of helps us spread the message a little bit. So just hit the like button and the share button if you're watching on Facebook. Guys, it is the first day of December. It's a cool, brisk evening out there. And we want you just to sit back and relax for the next hour. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk about some serious stuff. We're going to laugh. We might cry a little bit, and we're just going to have a really good time for the next hour. And it's good to be back live with all of you folks this week. And we want to say how much we appreciate each and every one of you inviting us into your homes. We thank you so much for tuning in each and every Thursday night to Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Guys, we're coming to you live tonight from our studio in Enterprise, Georgia, our studio at Thompsontown, Georgia, and our studio at 100% Flamingo Boulevard, Georgia. And ladies and gentlemen, we're live all across the great United States of America and in the foreign countries that will allow us to legally broadcast. We're live in all 57 states, all 5 foreign countries, and 4 sunken islands, and even live in the great state of Baker County, Georgia. Coming to you live. And ladies and gentlemen, if for chance you were to happen to miss this program or want to watch us on a rerun, we will be on national syndicated TV on MSNBC, CNN, and ABC next week following the White House Christmas tree lighting and transgender drag show and beauty pageant. We will be immediately following that on MSNBC, in CNN and ABC networks. And ladies and gentlemen, boys, I hope y'all are ready for this one. Very first time we've been live on this big screen. 91 7/16 inches. Leon's liposuction, lubrication, and luncheonette. This week's special. Buy one liposuction at full price and get a petroleum-free lubrication job at half price and all the leftover liver lasagna and fried fish lips you can eat in Lucille, Georgia.
Marvin, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
What are they lubricating? What do you get lubricated for free?
That's left up to you and Leon.
Well, I got a few figures. Leon ain't lubricating nothing of mine.
He says it's high price, petroleum-free lubrication.
Yeah.
What are they using for lubrication?
Leon ain't lubricating nothing I got.
Some of the liposuction you think a recycling for
No.
Here's what he does. Here's what Leon's liposuction, lubrication, and luncheonette. And this week's special, Leon wants everybody to know that if you buy one liposuction at full price, you get a petroleum-free lubrication job at half price. And all the leftover liver lasagna and fried fish lips that you can eat. And he's located in downtown Lucille, Georgia. And hey, boy, think about it. The Green Party would love that petroleum-free lubricant.
Yeah, but just the way you got that thing worded,
I love it.
Yeah, it don't sound just right.
Man, I tell you what, hey, we reaching out to a wide variety. Hey, we don't discriminate.
Gotta please everybody, ain't we?
We reaching out to all of them.
Yeah, we gotta please them all.
Yes, sir.
I imagine we have a high viewership of what would you call them? Of the woke crowd. Don't you think?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, every one of us woke up this morning.
That's right. I mean, everybody woke up. That's right. Everybody that's watching this show is woke. I guarantee you. You ain't, if you asleep, you ain't watching.
That's right. We woke up this morning.
So are you all saying that you don't think that we would be invited to host a like a segment at the Democratic National Convention? They won't invite us to like be the panelists on at the DNC.
It would kind of be like me and Queasel was that time down there when we was down there at the river. All the canoeists had come in. They had been on the Platt River for about six days and 7 nights, and we would go entertain them. And we started out in the hole, didn't we? And it went
there
down.
Used to be a song. There was a song called "Take the Money and Run," wasn't it, Floyd?
That gal wrote the check. I said, "Queasel said we got to get the money." I said, "Load up, I'll get the money." Him and Miss Cindy they were slanging stuff like you wouldn't believe, son, in the back of that Suburban.
So you did not feel completely. You didn't feel completely welcomed.
No,
we didn't feel welcome a little bit.
We had a show to do, man. Hey, we troopers.
We done the show.
We had a show to do, and we give it to them.
And we did cut it short. We didn't cut it short, not 1 minute.
We didn't cut it short. We come on with it. Sure did.
We sure did.
But anyway, that was a weary-looking bunch of folks looking out over. We was up on a flatbed trailer looking out over them at the boat basin down there in Bangor. Looking out over them, and that was a weary-looking bunch. Can you imagine, Marvin, what you would look like if you had spent 6 days and 7 nights on the Flint River in a canoe? Huh? What you think? What would your attitude be, Marvin?
I would not be able to be at a dirt road sports show. I'll put it to you that way.
And I would think it would be safe to say that our philosophy didn't align with their philosophy, wouldn't you, Floyd?
Something like that. It
wasn't right on the thing.
They was all worried about
but we came out a winner.
We did.
We came out a winner. That's all that mattered, didn't it?
Yeah, we did. That check cashed.
That's it. It didn't bounce. Oh no,
it did not bounce.
So, guys, did y'all have a good Thanksgiving?
Man, yeah, we had a great time. Me and Nadine right here, she made some good dressing. We baked a big old fat hen and had that, and had dressing, apple salad. I can't tell you what all we had, man. Good turnip greens. We had some turnip greens. I cooked a big pot of greens. We ate them. Cornbread. No, we didn't have no cornbread. We had dressing. But we done good. We ain't done good. Just stayed around the house all day, rested, relaxed, and didn't do much the next day. And didn't do much the weekend either. So we just kind of took us about a 4-day break, because it took 4 days to get over that 1 day of preparing, cooking, and get it. Got to go to the grocery store. You got to get all that stuff in. You got to cook. You got to get it all lined up. You got to find you somewhere in the refrigerator. I got 2 refrigerators, one in the house and one out there in my little office. Find somewhere to put all that stuff after you cooked it. Me and her. We have kind of come to the conclusion, Marvin, we're going to find somebody to eat Thanksgiving dinner with next year. Somebody going to throw out an invite to us, and we're going to buy it. I promise you. We'll bring some ice and some paper towels and napkins.
Right. Maybe some paper cups.
Yeah, we'll bring some red Solo cups if that's what y'all. We'll bring it. But I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to be trolling for an invite for Thanksgiving.
I got you.
And Rojo invited us to go up to Albany. Rojo invited us to go up to Albany with her folks, and we would have gone, but we just done had all that stuff already cooked. Done had it all bought. See, you buy you a frozen hen. So you got to wait 3 days for it to thaw out before you can even cook the thing. So you start a week, and turnip greens. I don't know how many of y'all out there cook turnip greens where you go and buy you a bunch of turnip greens. It's got the tops on them and got the roots on them, and cook them. Actually clean them and cook them yourself. That's a challenge also. And I know some of y'all to go buy them in the bag, already chopped up, cut up, cleaned, everything, put them in a pot, put some pork chops or some ham hocks or something in there with them, cook them. Ooh, turnip. I don't do that. I'm old style. I'm old timey. And I get out there and I clean them them turnip greens. I wash them about 3 times. Cut them stems off, don't want them all them stems. Want some stems, but not too many stems. do all that, cut them roots up just like you want them. And so you got to do all that. All that's a process, but it's an enjoyable process. I'm thankful to the Lord that I can do it. But we had a good Thanksgiving. We were blessed. We sure was, Marvin. What about y'all? How'd y'all come out?
Man, I'm about like you. We went out, ate with the in-laws, and had a big time, and went out there. And I did about the same thing you did with the turnips. I just went out there and gathered them up at the garden, and man, we ate, and it was good, and had plenty to be thankful for. Had way too much food. I cooked the turkeys on the grill, on the smoker. Put them on that smoker. Man, them things was fitting to eat. But you know, my feelings got hurt a little bit today. You're talking about eating, and I evidently y'all didn't get one neither. But I didn't get their invitation to the big lobster dinner they're having up to the White House. That we paying for it tonight, ain't the night that they feeding the fella from France.
They got 300. They got 300.
Yeah, they feed them all in the lobsters
and caviar.
Yeah, I didn't get no invite to that. I like lobster too.
You know, think about this. There would be no such thing as France if it wasn't for the United States.
That's right.
And people who've gone over there, and men mostly, they went over there to sacrifice their lives twice, not once, twice. There would be no such thing as France. So we invite him over here and feed him lobster. Him and he married his mama. Y'all know that.
Yeah, that's right.
And, anyway, feed him on lobster and caviar, and got to sit there and listen to him, pontificate. Of course, I'd rather listen to him pontificate than Joe Biden pontificate, if you will. But I was thinking, I saw him tonight on the news. Macron is his name. He's Frenchman. Oh, he can speak English, fluent English speaker. But I'm thinking, I said, now you coming over here to the United States, sitting down, putting your feet under our table, eating our groceries, our rations that we paid for all the way. There's some of y'all ain't paid for it. It might be some of y'all that might be listening in from Detroit or Chicago or somewhere. You ain't paid for it, but we paid for it, and got to go through all this drill with all that and listen to him. So, I'm like you, Queasel. I didn't get no invite neither. I ain't looking. I am not looking for one.
I want to tell y'all a funny story. Y'all both know Charles Lane, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Charles, one time, you remember back during, I can't remember, I believe when Bush was in office in the Iraq War, and France just basically turned their back on America and said that, they were embarrassed, didn't want to have anything to do with America. He was so mad with France. You know what he told me? He said, I don't think I'm going to ever eat another French fry as long as I live.
Yeah. We quit calling them French fries. Some folks did. Some patriots they call them. We started calling them freedom fries. They call them French fries no more. Oh yeah, I remember.
I call them taters.
Yeah, string taters.
Taters, what I call them. Yeah, most especially we paid for it. Looked like we got invited to eat, and then he won't talk to none of them and try to help them with the fisheries and all the stuff that these fishermen up there in the New England coast is begging for, but yet he'll go eat their lobsters and just advertise, and ain't no telling how many, because he fed every liberal Democrat that he could get in under the roof. He felt every vote he could buy.
Hey, I wonder if this one was on the invite list. One of his that's one of his undersecretaries right there.
What he said?
Tell him, Floyd, what's his name?
Sam Brinton. He is in charge. That person right there is in charge. Well, he's a man. He pretended to be a woman, but he's a man. He pretends to be a dog sometimes, and then he pretends to be a woman sometimes. This cat right here is in charge of disposing of the nuclear waste for the United States of America.
He done got too close to that.
That's that cat right there that's in charge of disposing of the spent nuclear waste that we have in the United States of America.
He done got too close to that stuff. Exactly what's going to happen to him.
Yeah. Let me tell you what happened this last week, though. He was charged with stealing a Vera Bradley suitcase at an airport at the Minnesota airport worth $2,000. He stole it.
Who is Vera Bradley that he stole her suitcase?
Vera Bradley is
a big name brand. It
designer.
costs
That's
so
the
much
big
money.
designer.
He knows he knows what stuff
Yeah,
costs. He
yeah,
just don't never have to pay for it. Typical liberal, they don't never have to pay for nothing. They know what it
yeah.
costs. They want the best. They don't never want to have to pay for nothing. But that's
But
when he
he's
rolled it off the carousel, snatched the name tag off of it, jumped in an Uber and vanished. They trailed him down and got him, and anyway, they caught him. They've got him in limbo out there. The only thing you're gonna hear from him, the next thing you'll hear from him is he got a promotion.
yeah,
The next
yeah.
thing you'll hear.
But Queasel, he's like an undersecretary in that department, Department of Energy or wherever it is. He probably makes $150,000 a year, and he identifies as non-binary, meaning he could be this today and that tomorrow.
He's a shield.
Well, he don't look like neither one of them to me. I mean, he don't look like.
Anyway,
he looked to me like he got too close to some of that nuclear waste, and but so you said this suitcase was a $high suitcase.
Yeah, and he stole it.
I reckon he wouldn't mess with my grocery sack when I go off on when that's my look. He'd leave that alone.
Interested in none of your stuff. Nope. He walked right past you, Queasel.
Yeah. Well, now let me ask you this question: did he walk around with that lipstick painted on his face all the time?
Oh, yeah,
walk around with it all the time.
And a dress. That's a dress he got on.
Right, yeah. He was wearing a dress and wearing lipstick when Biden hired him. In the Oval Office, in the Oval Office.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna ask this question again. How I've asked it a heap of times. How in the world is the folks in the United States of America dumb enough to elect a man president that would hire something like that?
They're not that stupid. You got to be elected. You use the wrong terminology. But he wasn't. You need to go on where you can get past that. You need to do some more reading.
No, I know. But what I'm saying though is that's the thing. You know, he I don't know. Look at him. Here's what's scary. Look at. It's gonna be a red wave. Listen, it wasn't even a red ripple. And they come back in. They supported all the Democrats. So maybe it was. You know, that's scary. To know that we sending people up there.
Don't listen to me, Queasel. It don't matter who casts the votes. It's who counts the votes.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Hey, and speaking of that, let me go ahead and put in this shameless plug right now. Tomorrow is your last day to vote early. If you have not voted, we implore you, if you live in the great state of Georgia and are watching us tonight.
See that right
Pardon?
there?
Yeah.
See that right there?
That color. See that? Yeah.
I can't find it, but it's there somewhere. You see that G right there? Where is it?
On the other side.
On the other side.
You see that G right there? You wasn't ashamed. You wasn't ashamed to pull for him when he was running for that national championship. It didn't make no difference about nothing else. Give the ball to Herschel. That's what everybody said. Well, let's give the ball to Herschel. Let's give it to him.
Hey, tomorrow is the last day for early voting. Tuesday is the election. I voted today in Miller County, and I was number 689. They told me it was a very high turnout for a special election, and from what I can gather, that's the way it is all across the state. All I can do is tell you this. If you live in Georgia, do what?
No. We suppress the voters. We suppress voters in Georgia. You can't have a high turnout vote in Georgia. We suppress all the voters.
I'm with you. That's according to our almost wanna-be governor.
Yeah.
But hey, listen, all I'm doing is imploring you, if you're watching us tonight and you live in the great state of Georgia, please vote. Get all your family and friends to vote. And remember that Georgia logo on Queasel's shirt and number 34. That's all I'll say about that.
If you don't vote for Herschel, don't pull for Georgia Saturday.
That's right.
If you live in Georgia and you can't vote for Herschel, don't pull for Georgia Saturday. Go and pull for LSU.
Yeah.
And then move to Louisiana.
Yeah.
That's the way that needs to work.
Yeah. Hey, guys, look right here. Charles Pickle sent this in. Man, look what a spread. He said he fed 3 shut-ins tonight. Got some fresh fried okra, sweet potato fries, onion rings, and Floyd, is that livers and gizzards?
Look like it.
Well, it looked to me like, what you think, Queasel?
Yeah, look like both to me.
Look like livers and gizzards to me. And ain't
I don't know, but I can.
That's a feast.
I can tell you that there ain't enough gizzards there for Marvin. I can tell you that.
Wow,
Just
ain't no
looking at
gizzards
these.
there for him.
That'd
We
be
was
a
over
that'd be
at
an
the blue.
appetizer. Yeah.
Where was we at
Hey,
that night? We was at the Blue Plate over in Dothan over
Blue
there. He
plate.
got it. I mean, 2 or
Blue
3
plate.
orders appetizers at the Blue
Yeah,
Plate.
and we made it to the first service station off the circle, right? Ain't that
First one officer pulled in.
that's what we made it to. Yeah.
but hey,
That was
look
pretty
right there,
good,
man.
Tommy.
Floyd,
Huh?
you couldn't get that at a restaurant on Martha's Vineyard, could you?
Could not get that at a restaurant
No.
on Martha's Vineyard. Could not get it. In fact, I got
No.
one of my short lists going to be about that. About that very thing. See, that's coincidental. You see, that's
That's a
providence.
sign.
I had done come up with a
Providential.
short list, and we're going to use that right there. Show
Oh,
it one
yeah.
more time. Show it one more time, officer, in the event that somebody might be watching from Martha's Vineyard that ain't got no idea what that is. Chicken livers and gizzards, fried. Everything in on
Fried
that
okra.
fried. Everything. And some good
Look at that
grease.
okra.
Fried in good grease. Ain't fried in actual grease. That's good grease.
Yep.
You know it all.
It ain't
If you
some of that non-petroleum lubricant.
It ain't none of that
That ain't non-petroleum right there, Bubby.
It's that non-petroleum that they use in Leon's.
He did not do that fried at
He
Leon's.
says it's oyster.
Oysters. That's even better.
Oh,
That's
Shut up.
even better.
okay.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I love fried oyster, but I love fried gizzards and livers too.
Yeah.
So they
I
all
don't know
good.
livers. I love gizzards, but I don't know livers. I don't like no livers, but I love them oysters.
Yeah, I like
Yeah, I
them
know
too.
they had to be good.
Man, oh man. Hey guys, I wanted to show y'all this right here. We got this. I got this right as we were coming on the show, and let me tell you the backstory on this. It sent it to me. It said your 2 youngest fans of the show decided when their elf on the shelf arrived to name him Charlie and the Dirt Road Sports, but then they decided to shorten it just to Sport. My 3 and 4-year-old are sitting on go waiting for the show to start tonight. So we have an elf on the shelf named after us, and we got our youngest fans are 3 and 4 years old. Now, man, you talk about raising some youngins right on a Thursday night to gather them. That's kind of like we used to on Saturday night gather around to watch Hee Haw. And when it come on, they do it for watching. They raising them right, aren't they, Floyd?
Man, I say exactly right. Yeah, you'll be watching Hee Haw or the Jackie Gleason show. I want to watch the Jackie Gleason show after I got up, after I done got up, 12, 13 years old, watching the June Taylor dancers.
Yeah, that was way before my time.
Man, and then Dean Martin come on. Y'all remember Dean Martin? He'd come on. I think he'd come on. Now, no, Dino would be in. He done got in them martinis pretty strong. But he'd be funny. He wouldn't, and they didn't cuss. None of them cussed. Jackie Gleason show, nobody cussed. Dean Martin show didn't nobody cuss. It was funny. It was humor.
My generation was Lawrence Welk and Hee Haw on Saturday night.
Lawrence Welk, you watch Lawrence? Man, Lawrence Welk he was done in the nursing home by the time you got
not in the set.
TV.
No,
he watching reruns. You ain't watching no Lawrence Welk.
And the Gene Reagan Farm Show, that would be what had come on first at like 6 o'clock, and then
I got more whoopings called the Lawrence Welk. My mama be watching him, and I'd be cutting up or turning the television. I couldn't stand it, and I got more whoopings called to him. That on the 1 and the 2, and then the bubblings coming up behind the back.
My favorite was always Bobby and Sissy. Bobby and Sissy. Y'all remember them?
I like Myron. What's his name? Myron. What was his name? Myron on the floor. He played the accordion.
Oh.
I like the Red Skeleton Show. That's who I like.
Myron, you ain't never played no accordion, have you?
Now, can you picture me being able to play an accordion?
You'd have it tore on 2 pieces in about 3 years.
I like the Red Skeleton Show, what I always like.
Yeah, he was funny too.
Freddie the Freeloader. Clem Diddle Hopper.
Floyd, didn't you go?
That's why people are drawn to us. That's why we have a worldwide audience. People are drawn to us on Thursday night because it's entertaining. We don't cuss, and we might insinuate something, but it's what's going on in your mind. Is how you
we just head you in the direction
over your mind process.
Right.
What you're processing as we're talking about it.
That's it.
We don't use any vulgarity. We don't use any profanity. We don't insult people that don't need insulting.
We do a good job on the ones. We do a good job on the ones that do.
We don't call stupid people stupid unless they're stupid.
That's right. There you go.
It's pretty easy to figure us out pretty quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a story I need to tell. I was talking about this deal at the White House and all. You know, I don't know if Marvin told you this or not, Queen. He told me that he went to Washington D.C. only several years ago on an airplane. Marvin's sharp. You know, Marvin always engaging people. He's always. Have you've been off with him when he engages strangers? You know, he'll talk to them and he'll prod them and he'll pick them. Marvin, he was coming home from Washington D.C. up there. Marvin on the airplane, sitting on the airplane. So this cat sitting next to him. He had a Bernie Sanders for president pen on his lapel there. Marvin said that man said. Marvin got to say, "Yeah, you Bernie." And Marvin can play both sides. Marvin can play the game. He know you've seen that.
That he can do.
He know he can manipulate the conversation and dart in and out of the conversation. So here this guy he got his suit on and necktie on and everything. He's got it, man. He got this old fuzzy hair all sticking out on top of his head and everything. Got a little old mustache, got a little old beard. It grew up under his chin. It don't even grow on his face. He go with him chin beard. I was I see you, Bernie Sanders supporter. Yeah, Bernie's the man. Bernie can change. He can turn this country around. Well, yeah, well, said how you know so much? What all? Oh, I've graduated from Harvard. I've graduated from Princeton. I've graduated from Yale. I've got 3 degrees, and I'm working on my 4th degree. Marvin said, "Dang, man, you sharp, man. You sharp." Marvin said, "Well, shit, I'm sharp too. That I'm smart too." I graduated from Miller County High School and Troy State University. Said I'm smart. So, yeah, you think you're smart? So I tell you what, let's do. Let's have a contest about who's the smartest. And Marvin done drawed him in. See, Marvin, he done put him to the trap. And Marvin said, "Okay." He said, "Let's have a bet. Let's have a bet about who's the smartest." Marvin said, "Okay." He said, "I tell you what I'll do." Marvin said, "I tell you what I'll do." He said, "You ask me a question, and if I don't know the answer to the question, I'll give you $5." And the guy said, "Oh yes." And Marvin said, "And then you're so smart." Said, "If I ask you a question and you don't know the answer to the question, you give me $100." Gosh, Miller County High School, Troy State University, no problem. Said, "I'll go first." Is what the man said, the Bernie Sanders supporter. So he asked Marvin. He said, "See, okay." He said, "How many feet is it from here to the moon?" Marvin sat there for a minute or two. He reached in his pocket. He gave the man $5. Oh, God, man. He said, "Man, this is no problem." So Marvin said, "Okay," he says, "my time to ask you a question." He said, "Okay." Marvin said, "Okay." He said, What goes up the hill with 3 legs and comes back down the hill with 4 legs?" Stewardess, would you bring me a gin and tonic, please? And he said that he drank it and drank. Marvin said, "Go ahead and answer the question. I'm gonna give you time. We'll give you some time. Go ahead and no rush. And we got all the way to Atlanta. We're all the way to Atlanta. What goes up the hill with 3 legs and comes back down with 4 legs?" I mean, geez, I don't know. So here's $100. So anyway, they're sitting there. The guy asked Marvin, he said, "Okay, here's my question." He said, "What goes up the hill with 3 legs and comes down with 4 legs?" Marvin sat there just for a few seconds. He reached in his pocket, gave him $5. I'm telling you, I know I probably he got him. He drawed him right on in there.
He drawed him on in there.
Marvin couldn't answer that question. You remember that, don't you, Marvin? You remember that guy, don't you?
Oh yeah, that was. I remember that well.
That is a very good description of how it operates.
All right, guys, it's time again. Southern Hissy Fits trivia time on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Southern Hissy Fits on the Square in Colquitt. Embroidery, t-shirts, tumblers, gifts, and more. All your Christmas needs. Go by and see them right there on the Square in Colquitt, Georgia. And for any and all logoed official Charlie Platt the Dirt Road Sports Show memorabilia, you can pick it up right there, and there's a number to call them at Southern Hissy Fits on the Square in Colquitt, Georgia. And the winner tonight will receive an enameled logoed mug with Charlie Platt the Dirt Road Sports Show on it. I need you to text the correct answer and your name to the number on the screen, 229-254-5060. 229-254-5060. What I need is your name and the correct answer. And the first person to send us the correct answer will win this logoed mug. Do ask you if you've won on here before. Please give someone else the opportunity. We like to spread the love around. All right, here's tonight's trivia question. In what city did General George Patton drive an army tank into where some of his soldiers were being held prisoner, and he threatened to level the town unless they were released? Let me repeat it one more time. In what city did General George Patton drive an army tank into where some of his soldiers were being held prisoner, and he threatened to level the town unless the soldiers were released? I need the correct answer and your name. And we'll take the very first one, and you'll be a winner right here on the Southern Hissy Fits Trivia Time on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. All right, boys, what do y'all think? You think we're going to have anybody to be able to get that one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. We got some history buffs out there listening to us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we should.
They'll get that one.
Yeah. All right, well, we hadn't got anybody coming in yet so far.
Good in history.
Yeah. They come in. They thinking. They looking it up on the internet. They Googling what they doing.
Oh, yeah.
There.
Yeah.
It's whoever can Google the quickest.
Nope. I got one right here, but that is not a correct answer.
Where did he say it was, Marvin?
Tunis. Yeah, not Tunis. It is not Tunis. All right, guys, come on. I need the correct answer in your name. Hey, it's not that hard. Well, I guess it isn't.
It is.
Well, give the question again.
Bear down, man.
All right, let me find the question one more time here on my phone. The question is this. One more time. What city did General George Patton drive an army tank into where some of his soldiers were being held prisoner, and he threatened to level the town unless they were released? Madison, Georgia was just sent in. That is not correct. Madison, Georgia is not correct. Benghazi, that is not correct either. Got a couple of so far, but not no correct answer. Washington, D.C. Nope, that is not correct. That needs to be.
Yeah.
Needs to be, but that is not correct. Yeah, that is not the correct answer, but that would not be a bad idea, probably. But
it'd be a good idea. Right tonight, it'd be a good night. You get France and you get my
while they eating them lobster.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, guys, come on. I'm waiting, man. We got them stumped tonight. Now this could be the longest. Oh, we got a winner chicken dinner. Winner chicken dinner. I need a name on that one. We got a winner here. Give me just a moment while I'm trying to get to it right here. Hang on, y'all don't leave me.
Malfunction, hey, you Mark.
Yeah, well, I had somebody send in a picture of a really good catch of sea bass today that I wanted to put on. I know that. I understand that. All right, so here's the answer, and it was won by none other than Mr. Kenneth Spooner. Mr. Kenneth Spooner. You know him?
Yeah.
Phoenix City, Alabama is the correct answer.
That's right.
Phoenix City, Alabama, not too far up the road. Our winner, Mr. Kenneth Spooner. And so we want to give a big shout out to him. That's his boys that are our big fans, 3 and 4 year olds. And so we want to give them a big shout out. And winner on the Charlie Platt and Dirt Road Sports Show trivia time. Phoenix City, Alabama was where General Patton went into, and he told them, if you don't release the soldiers, I will level this town.
You know what they were doing over there? You know what Phoenix City, Alabama was? It was a corrupt den of snakes, and they would get them soldiers. This was early in 1940, before the war ever started. They was training at Fort Benning. All them soldiers. Patton was up there with his tanks. He was training the tank crews and all. And them boys they'd go over to Phoenix City, and that's where the action was in Phoenix City. They had the gambling, they had the women. Phoenix City was the original victory drive, if you will.
I got you.
They'd go over there and they'd meet up with them women over there, and they'd get rolled, and they knocked in the head, and the Lord come get them and lock them up. Well, they wouldn't be on base, Monday morning. It's supposed to be time for reveille. They wouldn't be there. And Patton knew what was going on. Well, he said, so he got in one of his tanks, drove across the Chattahoochee River, and went into the downtown section and told them that if you don't let my soldiers go, I'm fixing to level this town. And thinking about that, you got to think about that's how you deal with people. That's how you have to deal. You can't go in and say, if you will, please let our guys go, and we'll make it up to you. We'll be, everything will be cool. We'll be friends. Oh, you can't do that. You can't deal with them. You can't negotiate. You can't negotiate with terrorists. That's what they were.
I don't think Patton was too worried about who he offended either. He
wasn't worried about it.
I don't think it would have bothered him.
He's worried about political correctness, Floyd.
But you know what had happened now? If he did that, he'd be court-martialed and he'd be in Leavenworth prison for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Because number one, he'd be acting like a white supremacist. Because that's what the military is worried about now, is white supremacy and the gender identification.
Yeah. So and didn't they change the name of Fort Benning? It ain't Fort Benning no more, is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
It is. They're wanting to change the name of it.
Because it probably had some Civil War connotations or something to it that was named after some Southerner.
Hey, that throws up. Yeah, that throws up, Queasel. Let me throw this one to you. That throws up something I wanted to talk about tonight. This was, and you can't make this up. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Here's a headline, and you can Google it if you don't believe me. I mean, we don't make this stuff up. CNN, Cable News Network, connects daylight savings time to structural and institutionalized racism. Well, daylight savings time is now racist.
I heard them last night discussing that on Fox. I heard them, and they had a pretty good discussion going on it. And they're talking about that if you read, and I've done this. I saw, if you read the maybe the biographies or the autobiographies of the most successful people, even now, but especially in the past, every one of them get up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, exercise, they get their stuff, they do their devotion, they plan their day out, they go to work, they start early, and that's what they do. And then the ones that lay in the bed till 10, 11 o'clock and then get up and want somebody to hand them something. And that's why, that's what Fox was saying. That's why you're picking on them, is because you're making them get up before they want to. And there's all kind of stuff that'll make you get up. I can tell you something that'll make you get up. The doctor looks you in the eye and says you need to walk every morning before you do anything else. That'll make you get up and do it. And then the other thing is that you want to be successful, that you want to do. When in my book, when a person, man, woman, is hired to do a job, you owe that job the very best you got. The absolute very best you got. And if you come to work that morning not prepared for that day, you just West State House. You need to be prepared every day before you depart for your job, wherever it is. It don't make no difference whether you the boss or not. You still play a vital point in whatever job it is that you're doing, and you need to be prepared for it. You can't just go to work and say, what am I going to do today? You need to have a plan every morning before you leave the house, before you go to work, and you got that plan and you follow it. Sometimes you have to change it. Sometimes you have to alter it. That's why they make a eraser. most successful people, when they fill out their calendar, they use a pencil because it's got an eraser on it. You have to adjust those plans sometimes to make it work. I believe that they sold me on that idea in leadership. In the leadership classes I've had to take, all the successful leaders are up way early in the morning and have planned their day. They don't try to plan it too far ahead of time because you can't plan tomorrow unless you know what happened today. You see, it's got to be a process. But the people that are feeling like that they've been discriminated against, they ain't gonna do nothing no way, and they certainly don't want to get up. And then the sun coming up, or the earlier, or the time changing, it messes up their relaxation and their rest because they set up to 2 o'clock in the morning watching HBO or something like that. That's where your problem is. Yeah, there's your problem.
They got MTV on
right there.
It ain't racist. It ain't racist at all.
I'm just wondering about the sun rising and setting on people at the same time. I mean,
yeah,
it pretty much rises with me about the same time every day, and it stays up in the sky, different lengths during different seasons. But pretty much, you can pretty much figure out what time the sun's gonna rise every morning, pretty much in advance of that. And if you want to see the sunrise, which I like to do sometime, you get up and watch it. Get your and figure out what's gonna happen. Sit on the front porch and drink your coffee and figure out. Say, man, here's what I got to do today. Here's my plans right now. Here's what I need to do, and it's what you do.
Yep. Hey guys, Harry Warren sent this in. I believe it was Harry Warren. I'm 99% sure that was him that sent it in. There's a catch for today, son. Look yonder.
I'm telling you.
They didn't play, did they?
That's a good-looking mess of fish right there.
Yeah, that's it, baby. Yeah. Caught in the Gulf of Mexico right there.
Is George Williams down there with him? Is George down there?
No, because if George was down there, he'd have 6 tablesfuls.
He'd have 6. That's what I was thinking. That ain't near enough.
George ain't with him.
George down there.
Yeah, that's a mess of fish right there, boys.
What kind of fish is them?
Trout.
They either speckled trout or sand trout. I don't know. Yeah. It looked like speckled trout to me. But now I don't know a lot about saltwater fish.
They one up there look like a crappie.
No.
I don't think
I don't know what the crappie is.
I see the one you're talking about there, Bobby. It look like you're talking about a speckled perch.
Yeah, look, a speckled perch.
Speckled perch. That's a striper, it looks like.
Hey, Kenneth Spooner sent this to me before the show. He took that tonight. Look at that sunset right there, boys. Hot red. What's that old saying? Red sky in the morning, sailors warning. Red sky at night, sailors delight. Y'all ever heard that old saying before?
That was night, wasn't it?
You know, the Bible speaks. The Bible speaks to that too, there, Marvin. And yesterday morning, wasn't it yesterday that all the bad weather was coming through? Yesterday morning, right before sun up, just as the sun was cracking, the sky was just red. It was a bright red. It was a brighter red than I have seen in a long time. And I thought to myself as I was watching that sky, today they're gonna be some storms. And we was blessed. We didn't get the storms here, but it was just like it was almost I don't know the word. I can't think of no big word, but it was just like it was God inspired. It was that way. I mean, it was a deep red that didn't seem like nothing could penetrate it. And I thought about, and I don't forget where in the Bible it says it, but it says that. And it was a pretty red, I'm telling you.
Yep. Hey guys, I see Dr. Matt Brace was joining us here tonight. He's on every week. I want to remind all of our audience, he always gives us a plug on his show, and I want to remind all of you to check out his podcast called Creation and Compost. You can find him on Facebook or on the web, and it is a lot of common sense and biblical values and homesteading, and I want to encourage you to join him. He has a weekly podcast, some great information, some great guests. He's a Miller County boy, lives up in Lynchburg, Virginia, and works for Liberty University. Creation and Compost. Check him out on Facebook or on the website. Guys, we I know wanted to remind everybody, you maybe just now joining us. Charlie's under the weather is the reason he's not joining us tonight. He's doing okay, but he's just coughing a lot, and so he decided not to join us tonight, and that's the reason it's the three of us. But we appreciate y'all being with us tonight and tuning us in here. I know we were off last week, and it's good to be back live with y'all tonight. And so without further ado, we got our component coming up right now. It's that time once again. Time for Floyd's Short Lists and More. Brought to you by Berry Hill Auctioneers. Berry Hill Auctioneers, our sponsor in exclusivity and perpetuity of the great, the world famous Floyd's Short Lists and More. And now, please make welcome Mr. Floyd B. Lloyd.
Thank you there, Marvin. I appreciate that. We're gonna start out tonight with some of the more. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna kind of morph on into the short list. But you know, it bothers me. I see our president won't answer questions from the media unless he already knows what the question. He reads it, said, I'm going to call on Joe Blow over here with CNN to ask me a question. And they already got the question and the answer up there on the screen for him to read. And they'll ask him questions. He'll be giving one of his talks, rambling speeches, and they'll start asking him questions, and he'll just turn and walk off the stage, and won't even respond back to it. And people, take issue with that. I have some problem with that. I remember when Trump was president, man, they flagged him down there. Well, he didn't care where he was at. Wherever he was at, they asked him a question. He'd answer the question. I wish our media would be a little more representative of what's actually happened. People have thoughts and they have doubts about the cognitive state of our president. And if the media would just ask him some questions, and I've kind of got a list of questions here that I think Joe Biden might could answer. I don't know. They haven't asked me, but I'm gonna give y'all some hints out there. CNN, ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN, whatever, MSNBC, all of y'all, Washington Post, New York Times, all of y'all. I'm just gonna give you a sample of some tough questions that I'd like for you to ask our president, Joe Biden, to answer. And if he can answer these questions, a lot of people, 50% of the population, at least 50% of the population, would feel better about his cognitive state. And I'm just going to touch on a few here that y'all might want to think about asking. Tough questions that the news media can ask Joe Biden. Name, Mr. Biden, Mr. President, can you name the 4 main points on a compass? Come on, Mr. President. Okay, that's one. Okay, here's two. Number 2. And this is endless. I mean, you can just go on and on with this, but here's number 2. Other than Mexico and Canada, name the countries that border the United States. President, if you will. Y'all feel better if you could answer those questions. I'm hey, CNN, I'm laying it out here for you, man. I'm solving all your problems about what questions to ask the president tomorrow. Here's one right here. Here's one, Mr. President. Mr. President, does the sun rise in the east or the south? Here's one. Here's one that I think maybe you might be able to help. What vegetable gave Popeye his strength? I'm gonna ask two more questions, then I'm gonna be done with this. Y'all can take this and run with it or not. Here what? What year, Mr. President? What year was Marilyn Monroe appointed to the Supreme Court? And here's the last one, Mr. President. If you can answer this question, the half of the country will feel better about your cognitive state. Mr. President, what's the main ingredient in mashed potatoes? Wouldn't y'all feel better? I mean, hey, wouldn't y'all feel better
if he could answer? If he could answer one out of that whole list, I'd be impressed.
One of them.
Yeah, one. If he could do one, I'd be impressed.
Yeah. Basically that deal about Marilyn Monroe, what year she went on this. Now, that's the hardest one right there. That's hard. You got to pinpoint. Them others is kind of multiple choice. I mean, the sun rising in the east or the south, you know.
You got to come up with the correct year.
Yeah, he got to come up with the correct year on that.
That's pretty steep for him.
Do some thought. That'd be deep.
Yeah.
All right, here's our show list for tonight. Other than Barack Hussein Obama and Michelle Obama, people on Martha's Vineyard that have ever ordered an extra large order of fried chicken livers and gizzards.
You pointed that out earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, Pickle had me confused. I thought it livers and givers and oysters. Anyway, extra large order of livers and givers. Here's one right here. Here's one. I'm coming back there. I hadn't forgot about my friends. I
was worried about that.
I forgot about them. No. Well, I'm all inclusive. Pentecostal preachers. Pentecostal preachers that play the accordion in a polka band.
Can you picture Big Joe being a Pentecostal preacher?
Playing the accordion in a polka band. Oh, Lord, I don't play no polka no how. I ain't no band of us. I don't play no accordion at no polka game. I'm just joking. Y'all know we just having fun. Here it is. Hip hop songs recorded by George Jones.
He never did a rap song while he was alive.
I don't think he did.
No, never did. I just wondered if there's one out there floating around somewhere in the wild blue yonder. Here one. Democrats. This is to you. I want you to ask yourself this question. If any of y'all happen to be still watching this thing without blowing your screen up with a. So you ain't gonna shoot it because you ain't got no gun in your house because guns kill.
That's right.
They'll hit it with a bottle of perfume and break the screens. Democrats that still love Twitter after Elon Musk has taken over.
That's a short list.
They fit to cut him out, man. What Apple said they fit to take him out the App Store.
Yeah.
Hey, he may get cut off before we do.
He's let me tell you what. He better wear a bulletproof vest because they after him now, buddy. They after him and they after Trump, and I'm telling you, they both of them threading on thin ice. Here it is, the next one. Other than the USA, a list of other countries in the world where people like Barack Hussein Obama and Michelle Obama Al Sharpton and Hunter Biden would have the opportunity to become multi-millionaires. Any other country in the world, y'all name them for me. Come on, call me in one. Venezuela, Cuba? They wouldn't exist in Venezuela or Cuba or North Korea. They'd be gone.
How long would they last in a Muslim country?
It wouldn't last no time. Obama would last. Obama would fit right in. He could say the magic word. Obama could, Allah Akbar, he could say the magic word to him. And they'd let him in. But them others, Hunter, no, man, Hunter'd be gone. Hunter'd be gone in a hurry. And Al would be gone in a hurry. Reverend Al.
Yeah.
He couldn't use the name Reverend in Iran. He couldn't do that. All right. Here's another one. Organizations in the world that are more corrupt and useless than the United Nations. Come on, name me some. Name me some. All right. Toilet tissue outlets in Afghanistan.
I never noticed that they, like during COVID, when they had a run and a toilet paper shortage, they didn't have that problem over there.
They got no toilet paper shortage in Afghanistan. They're not gonna have one either. It's non-existent. They got built-in toilet paper. It was assigned to them at birth, and it's the left hand. All you folks that love all these Muslims and everything, be careful about shaking that left hand. Don't do that. Y'all all enamored with them. Here's one right here. Here's one. Dogs that have less class than the Kardashian women. No dog has less class than the Kardashian women. None. It's non-existent. Last but certainly not least, including his bladder and his bowels, things that President Joe Biden has any control over. That's it for the show. That's for the night, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it.
All right. Well,
we're still on, but who knows?
That's it. Hey, they may pull an Elon Musk on us. Yeah. All right. It's 2 minutes till. Queasel, take us home.
All right, man. Hey, time flew by tonight for some reason. We must have had a good time. Missed old Charlie. Charlie, if you're watching, hope you're feeling better, buddy. It's take care of yourself and get to feeling better. And I don't know. I want to apologize to somebody, but I don't know who to apologize to. I think I want to apologize to all the men and the women who went and fought for this nation, to the ones that has fought and gone on for us being a nation with an appointee or whatever of the picture that Marvin had on there, a bald-headed man with lipstick, and then I understand, that one right there. I'm sorry. I apologize. That ain't what you fought for. And then I understand that there's somebody else in the cabinet. This I can't remember if it's a woman dressed up like a man or a man dressed up like a woman. Which one is it?
Man dressed up like a woman. He's the director of public health somehow or another. Yeah. He's the one that's in charge of our mental health. His real name is Richard Levine. He goes by Rachel, who is the ugliest woman you have ever seen. He's not a woman, the ugliest transvestite you have ever seen. Rachel Levine.
This ain't what you went and fought for. I'm sorry. We have sat on our rear ends and let all of this happen. It is a shame. We love to laugh and joke and cut up about it, but it ain't. It really ain't funny. It's serious, and if we don't do something about it, it's gonna get more serious. But when you look at something like that, you can't help but laugh because it's just. I mean, it's just it's a shame, but we're in a mess. But that's okay, because you see, I might live here, right here in good old Southwest Georgia, and some of y'all might live in good old Southeast Alabama and Northwest Florida and the Florida Panhandle. But you see, if you like the three of us, we might live here, but we ain't registered here. We registered in heaven, and that's all we can do is we keep our eyes on the Lord. I ain't too much worried about what they do down here. It's embarrassing, but it also kindly makes me want to go out and spread the news even that much more. I want to tell more people about the good news about the gospel. But I thank you for watching us. Thank you for letting us in the home. We love y'all. But I want to give you a challenge for the Christmas season this year. I want you to, everybody you see, especially the ones who say happy holidays, I want you to say Merry Christmas. Don't you let somebody take the word Christ out of Christmas. Don't take this holiday and make it about anything other than the birth of Jesus Christ, because that's what it is. We talk about gifts, we talk about all this. Listen, he is the greatest gift that any of us has ever received. And don't let anybody take that away from us. Merry Christmas to y'all. The holiday season is started. It's started with Thanksgiving. Now it's going into Christmas. But it's one of the most important. I really get excited about, a couple of holidays, Christmas being one. I like Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter. That's what I do. And so I urge you during the, everybody's talking about the holidays and all, and it is a holiday, but it's Merry Christmas. It's the birth of Christ. Floyd?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Dad Queasel. Short and sweet. Coming back to you again. I'm like a broke record. Number one, exercise your Second Amendment rights. Exercise them. Protect yourself and your family at all times. Be prepared to protect yourself and your family at all times. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Know where you are. Know who the people are around you. Watch them. Be vigilant of them. Do not get in a situation that you can't get out of. And surround yourself with like-minded people. And tonight, before you close your eyes, thank God above for everything that He's given you just this day. And you'll go to sleep before you run out of thanks. We'll see y'all next week. We enjoyed being with y'all. Go ahead, Marvin.
Guys, thank y'all for joining us tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time to invite us into your homes. Spread the word. Let everybody know that you know about Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Invite them to tune us in each and every Thursday night at the same place and same time. You can also go back and watch all of our videos. They're archived on our YouTube channel, Dirt Road Sports on YouTube. You can watch us live there. If you choose not to watch us on Facebook, you can watch us live on YouTube. And all of our videos from every show are archived on there, all the way back to the original show, which is almost 3 years ago. This coming March, we'll be celebrating our 3-year anniversary. It's kind of hard to believe we've been going for 3 years. And we appreciate all of you for watching us each and every Thursday night. Guys, I want to remind you, Sunday's coming. Don't forget. Don't you dare forget. You know what you got to do. You got to go to church. If you're able, I encourage you to do that. Right before we go off the air, I want to give you Charlie's 7-day weather forecast brought to you by Ag Appraisals. Guys, it looks like it's going to be very little chance of rain all next week. Going to be down in looks around like the 50s, in low 60s. And in the 70s. And one day next week, going to get up to 81 degrees, but looks like it's going to be sunny and partly cloudy most of the rest of the week. Not a whole lot of chance for rain. Some moderate temperatures. And hopefully be some weather for you to enjoy. Hopefully you got some rain in this last little event that we had earlier, yesterday, I believe it was. I had somebody at church last night said they got 2 inches of rain, or 2 inches of rain out. So here's the scripture for the week. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. The Word became flesh and made His dwelling among us. We have seen His glory, the glory of the one and only, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. Guys, we love y'all. Hope you have a blessed week. Keep looking up. Keep trusting in the Lord. Keep encouraging somebody. And listen, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We'll be right back here, same place, same time next week. Y'all know we love you. But no matter what you do in life, always, always be particular. Good night, guys. We love you.
See y'all.
See you.